Hey guys, how's it going? Azra Collections here. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're looking at this awesome product from Mezco. This is the 1/12th scale Mezco Darkseid. So straight off the bat, this action figure has so much presence. It looks so menacing. It looks like a real presence in terms of the stature, the structure, the girth. There's just so much happening. It looks really regal. It's got a lot of design elements that I really like. It kind of looks like the Superpowers Darkseid. I think the basic version where he has the blue cloth that he puts on and then those high boots, but this one does it so much better where he's got a lot of design elements. Just on top of that, the clothing looks very similar to that design from the Superpowers line, but there's just so much more design going on there in terms of there's added details on the gauntlets, there's added details on the boots. The cloth that he's wearing is no longer just a singular color, so there's just so much detail going on. The neck piece, the armor just looks better. And I think this figure being made of polystone, I'm not sure if it's really worth being made of polystone, but it just adds so much heft to it. So it's really heavy on the shelf. And, once you stand him, he's just there. So I think it works really well. I really like this figure. In terms of the looks, he looks really menacing. He's got really good design elements. And overall, I think just for what Darkseid is, this figure really captures that well. So in terms of detailing, let's get a closer look at the face. Yeah, the face looks really menacing. He's got lots of good details going on. He's got a stone-like face, which is very accurate to what he should look like. The neck has a lot of armor kind of pieces going on. The armor on his shoulders is pretty cool as well. There's a lot of design elements going on here, and it's actual metal. And this piece here is actually metal as well. The body just looks so hefty, so girthy, so it's really cool. His belt feels like metal as well. So that's done really well. There's a lot of details going on in the polystone kind of area in his arms. So that's all polystone, I think. So there's a lot of details there. The gauntlets look so awesome. There's so much more than what you expect on a Darkseid, but it really works. Mezco sometimes does put in details that doesn't really work, but for this one it really works. So I think that part is magnetized as well, so you can actually add the mother box to it, but I'll show that later. The tailoring is pretty spot on, but Mezco is known for their tailoring anyways. And yeah, the boots, they've got design elements going on at the boots as well, but yeah, it just works. So all in all, it's a great looking figure and no fault on any painting or tailoring work. So articulation wise, this guy might be a little bit lacking, but let's quickly go through what he can do. So I'll get him on camera. He can look up that much, that's with the neck, and he can look down that much, that's with the neck. So it's pretty decent range of motion. He can pivot side to side, no problems there. And he can also tilt, and that's done pretty well. His arms can go up that much, almost parallel to the ground, which is pretty cool. He can bend his elbow not that much, pretty tragic. No bicep swivel. He can rotate his wrist, and there's a ball, so you can also move it back and forth. And you can spin his arm around, but you got to be a little bit careful because that gets in the way. So I wouldn't really push it more than that unless I'm doing that. So that's where you can turn better. But yeah, well, that's for the torso or hands. The torso does nothing at all, so that looks like a single block of polystone there, so it does nothing there. Legs can go out that much, so we're looking under his skirt, but yeah, that it goes up that much. He can kick forward not that much. Yeah, that's pretty tragic, but that's what he can do in terms of kick forward, and that's how much he can go back without the knee, and that's how much he can bend at the knee, which is not that much either. So it's a single joint. No thigh swivel. There is thigh swivel. Yes, there is thigh swivel. Okay, so I got that wrong, but there is thigh swivel. And the boots can go up that much, go down that much, which is not that much, but it just helps him stabilize himself. I think that's all you need anyways. And he can pivot, but it's only a small amount. So something that I usually skip that I want to go through today is just the exclusive kind of box that comes in a tin. So Darkseid comes in a tin. It looks pretty cool. He's got it's got the Darkseid kind of colors going on. Darkseid written on top, the Omega symbol right there in the center. It looks really like it just got a presence, like it's just very attention seeking and grabbing as well, which looks really cool. DC logo at the bottom, Mezco 112 on the bottom left. Yeah, the tin box I think is done really well, just in terms of showing off what the product is, just all the details, all the parts that we'll take a look at shortly. But yeah, this action figure and the box just makes it feel really special, and I really like that. So in terms of accessories, Darkseid comes with this cool looking mother box. He uses it as a boom tube, usually in the cartoons or in the comics. So yeah, looks pretty cool. It's got a lot of details on there. It's made of metal, and it clips on to his belt right at the back here. So it's magnetic. So in terms of different looks for Darkseid, Darkseid comes with 4 different faceplates. This is the first one that he comes with on the body. It's just a normal looking Darkseid. I don't think he looks normal, but it's just his normal kind of look. He's got a stone face, painting's done pretty well. He's got light up eyes, so that's why his eyes are kind of translucent. And if you remove the faceplate, that's what he looks like inside. He's got these 2 bulb kind of things, very robotic, but yeah, that looks pretty cool. And there's a magnet that holds the faceplates together. The second face that we're looking at here, this is more of a smiling kind of Darkseid. So it looks pretty creepy, but yeah, that's what he looks like with that faceplate on. Yeah, that looks really creepy. It's like, I don't know, he's happy about something, but in a really creepy way. That's the other faceplate. The other faceplate we have, the third one, is this faceplate where it looks like he's got the shit punched out of him. And there's a huge crack going on, like on the left side of his face, and he's got a big grimace going on in his face. Looks pretty cool. I mean, could be used for battle poses, but he can't pose that much, so could be used for like some battle scenes. And the last one is probably one of my most favorite ones. This is the one where he has laser Omega beams coming out of his eyes. So it looks pretty cool, and lots of details going on, and the Omega beams look pretty awesome as well. So in terms of hands, Darkseid has 2 fist hands that come on the body. He's also got 2 kind of grabby hands or reaching out hands as well. So that's what they look like. They've got plenty of details on there, plenty of sculpting, and it follows the kind of look and feel of the suit pretty well. But these are what they look like, and they're just reaching out. And he's also got 1 hand that's like that, so probably to hold the mother box or something like that. Let's just try that. I'll get the mother box from the back of his belt. Yeah, it's probably just to hold the mother box, or maybe not, but yeah. So he's got that hand as well, but the mother box doesn't really fit. But yeah, he's got 3 additional hands. So other accessories, Darkseid also comes with this awesome looking cloak. He's got this cloak that sits just on top of him. It's metal parts here, and it's got blue decals going on, so it looks pretty cool. And yeah, it just looks very striking, very regal as well. And when you put it on him, it's really easy, just slip it on. When you put it on him, it makes him look really regal, but then again, it's hiding a lot of those awesome sculpts and those design pieces, so I probably will display him without it, but if you want to, you've got the option to display him with that as well. Lastly, Darkseid also comes with this Omega symbol base. The base also comes with the stand that all Mezcos come with, and also battery pieces for his light up eyes. Height comparison time. This is Darkseid next to his Mattel basic parademons, and he just towers above them, so that looks pretty cool. And those are really cheap, so you can build an army of parademons, and then you've got Darkseid and the parademons, which is pretty cool, I think. So Darkseid next to some other Mezcos. This is the Mezco BVS Superman on the left, and the Mezco Tactical Batman from Justice League on the right. So comparing Darkseid next to some massive figures, we've got the Arkham Origins Killer Croc on the left, and the DC Multiverse Build-A-Figure Doomsday on the right. And they both are bigger than Darkseid, but that kind of works out. Darkseid is supposed to be like an 8 something inch guy, but you know, like that kind of really does work out, because Doomsday is like a massive kind of presence in the DC universe. He's just really tall, really big, really strong. Killer Croc in the Arkham games was also really big as well, and this also is a 7-inch figure, so I think it works. So next we've got the DC Essentials Red Hood on the left, and the DC Direct New 52 Superman from the 3-pack on the right. So next we've got the DC Multiverse New 52 Darkseid on the left, which is my only other Darkseid in my collection, and the Arkham Asylum Batman from McFarlane on the right. So all in all, I think this is a really good Darkseid figure. It's got a lot of good details going on. It's got a lot of good shelf presence as well, a lot of heft. The cloth material is done really well, and the presence of this figure is absolutely awesome. And I think he really goes well with the Justice League kind of figures, and also the other Mezco figures from, like, not the movie, just the comic version of the figures as well. You could probably have him pose with Superman and it would look awesome. So I think this is a really good figure to get. When I checked the local stores in Australia, I found that they were kind of going down in numbers, so you might want to pick one up now when you still have the chance. Otherwise, these Mezco figures do tend to go up in price. So I'm glad that I have him, and I'm really thankful for my wife for getting it for me. She gave it to me as a birthday gift, and I really appreciate that, and I love her a lot. So thank you so much, wife. And that's my review. So I really love this figure. If you have the chance, definitely do go out and buy it.